December 11, 2025 became a major day in American motorsports history. Federal court in Charlotte, North Carolina saw one of the sport's biggest legal battles end suddenly when NASCAR settled a federal antitrust case with two race teams after more than a year of dispute and 8 days of trial. The deal changed how team charters work in NASCAR. On Thursday, NASCAR announced it reached a settlement with 23XI Racing, co-owned by Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin, and Front Row Motorsports. The lawsuit accused NASCAR of antitrust violations tied to its charter system, a business model that controls team entry and revenue shares. 23XI Racing and Front Row Motorsports refused to sign NASCAR's new charter agreement in 2024. They filed the lawsuit in October 2024 in U.S. District Court in North Carolina. The team said the charter system limited competition and restricted how teams could earn revenue. The charter system gives teams guaranteed entry into Cup Series races and a share of media revenue. NASCAR proposed changes to the system ahead of the 2025 season. Most teams signed the new deal. 23XI Racing and Front Row Motorsports did not. The trial began on December 1, 2025, under U.S. District Judge Kenneth Bell. Testimony lasted 8 days. Economists, team owners, and NASCAR executives appeared in court. The case ended with a settlement before closing arguments were delivered. During testimony, an economist for the team said NASCAR underpaid teams for years. He calculated damages of about $215.8 million for 23XI Racing and $148.9 million for Front Row Motorsports. NASCAR disputed those figures and denied any wrongdoing. Associated Press reported that NASCAR agreed to make all Cup Series charters permanent as part of the settlement. Permanent charters had been a central issue in the lawsuit. Teams argued permanent charters were necessary for financial stability. Michael Jordan spoke after the settlement was announced. "Today's a good day," Jordan said. He added that the agreement provides a foundation to invest in teams, drivers, employees, and partners. Jordan had testified earlier in the trial about the costs of operating a NASCAR team. Denny Hamlin also commented following the settlement. He said the case was about protecting the long-term future of the sport. Front Row Motorsports owner Bob Jenkins issued a statement supporting changes that affect teams across the garage. The financial terms of the settlement were not made public. NASCAR and the teams confirmed the lawsuit was resolved and that charter agreements were amended. Plaintiff's attorney Jeffrey Kessler said, "I'm pleased to say that the parties have positively settled this matter in a way that will benefit the industry going forward. The settlement restores charters to the teams ahead of the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series season." Judge Bell approved the settlement on December 11, 2025. Speaking in court, Bell said, "I wish we could have done this a few months ago. I believe this is great for NASCAR. Great for the future of NASCAR. Great for the entity of NASCAR. Great for the teams, and ultimately great for the fans." The agreement ends the federal antitrust case that began after charter negotiations stalled the previous year. NASCAR officials said the settlement allows the sport to move forward under revised charter rules. NASCAR chairman Jim France joined team owners outside the courthouse during the announcement. The agreement ends the federal antitrust battle that began in late 2024. NASCAR chairman Jim France said, "I do feel the same, and we can get back to focusing on what we really love, and that's racing, and we spent a lot of time not really focused on that as much as we needed to be. I feel like we made a very good decision here together, and we have a big opportunity to continue growing the sport." The lawsuit focused on whether NASCAR's control over race entry, media rights, and revenue distribution violated federal antitrust law. The case closed without a court ruling after both sides agreed to settle. For continued coverage of this legal dispute and its impact on the NASCAR Cup Series, subscribe to the channel and follow future updates as new court filings, charter changes, and team responses emerge.